What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a really fun and interesting duel for you guys to check out. This one is very strange because I don't think I've seen a deck quite like this. So at the bottom we have Stardust Assault Mode Orcust, which I guess can kind of make sense in the theory of you're either going to get Stardust Assault Mode or you're going to get an Orcust combo. I guess that's basically the theory behind this deck. And then at the top we have Straight Up Felgrand, and when I say like straight Felgrand or pure Felgrand, I don't even mean like a Felgrand Dragon deck. Like basically I've looked through this deck, the only monsters in here are just these high level dragon monsters that generally are just to facilitate Felgrand, and I guess really the point of this deck is to summon this guy from the graveyard as many times as possible and constantly use this removal. That's why you see Back to the Front and the World Legacy Secret, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and roll it and see if Felgrand can beat the other big dragon. He's gonna go ahead and go for that one card Stardust Assault Mode. This is why I guess these two engines can kind of work, is, you know, both of them can kind of pop off with one card. Unfortunately, not able to make the Orcust combo in his first turn. Maybe he'll do it in the second turn. He's going to go for Assault Mode Activate during his opponent's turn. It's not bad. Being able to drop that Stardust Assault Mode is pretty strong. His opponent's going to go set 4 back row, and that's always kind of scary to me. He's going to activate World Legacy Secret, looking to get his Felgrand Dragon back, but I think Stardust Assault Mode will probably negate the effect. It is indeed going to negate the effect. Very wise here. This is a really smart play. He's going to chain the Guard Dragon Cataclysm. This is basically the Icarus attack for dragon cards, and that means he can pop these 2 cards on his opponent's side of the field. He knew he was going to lose his Felgrand anyway, so why not get some value out of it? That was definitely kind of smart. During the end phase, Stardust comes back, and he's going to go back to the front. Watch how this is actually going to play out. So it's unfortunate. He's going to summon Felgrand. Felgrand tries to activate. Stardust says, bitch, please. I ain't no hard one to return. I'm from the 5Ds era, and I'll still come back again during the end phase. He's going to go for Pot of Extravagance, and I was shocked by this. He actually let it resolve. Like, I was certain that he would just negate it. I don't think I would ever let my opponent, especially if they're top decking, get 2 cards for free. I'm definitely going to use my negation. So that was a little suspicious and questionable in my opinion. Our Brave Dragon's going to activate summoning Felgrand. Felgrand will probably get negated again. And that's kind of going to be the theme of this deck. Can he get rid of those assault modes? And it looks like he might just do it right here. The Felgrand is going to go ahead and activate. This time he realizes, hey, the Stardust Assault mode is kicking my butt. I need to start getting rid of those. Forget about cards on the field. So he's going to go ahead and banish 1 copy. Not bad. Although his opponent is going to be able to drop another Stardust, which means another Stardust Assault mode. He's going to go Widow Anchor, but he is going to counter by activating the World Legacy Secret and simply trying to get rid of the Stardust, but nope, has Widow Anchor number 2. That was unfortunate, man. Double Widow Anchor, like what type of cheese is that? Anyways, he is probably going to attack over the original Stardust. He's going to activate Stardust Assault Mode, activate, and or Stardust Assault Mode, activate. My goodness, what am I saying here? He's going to go for the Horadric Link monster, and I feel like he just doesn't have a way to get rid of this damn card. So what I think he wants to do is he has to bait it, basically. He has to get him to activate it. So he's going to do that with the Horadric, with the Heavenly Spears, the Horadric Link, uses Ash Blossom, and now he's going to summon Felgrand once again from the grave. He's going to banish the second one, and I was like, yo, I think his win condition is actually banishing all 3 of these guys' Stardust Assault modes. If he's able to banish all 3 copies, I think he just wins the game, right? This guy just scoops it up. Still has not pulled off the Orcust combo yet, so the Orcust card's basically doing nothing in this duel so far. He did attack, and since he ran over a monster, he's able to snatch steal one of his opponent's monsters from the graveyard, or I guess Monster Reborn. He's going to go ahead and select Stardust Dragon. He is going to banish the Harporer just to make sure that he doesn't have access to that, but he does get a really good top deck, and he is able to go for that 1 card Orcust combo, and this is where the guy can actually start getting some value. Wow, he's actually going to take his monster with the copy of the Widow Anchor. Have we seen Widow Anchor used 3 times in this duel, basically in the span of like 1 full turn? Pretty amazing right there. He's going to go Dingirsu. That should be able to out the Stardust Dragon. He still cannot attack over the Felgrand though, so I will probably have to go for a link play, or he'll have to do something if he wants to get rid of this. Pot of Duality will fetch him a Monster Reborn, which is not the greatest thing because you can't use it that turn. You already obviously used Duality, can't special summon. He's going to get Ash Blossom. He's going to normal summon it. I like this. Anyone who's willing to normal summon Ash Blossom, you get my respect. Borosword Dragon is going to attack over the copy of the Felgrand, and this is kind of the breaking point of the duel because he has Called by the Grave for the Monster Reborn, which is unfortunate, even if he did lock himself out of the orchestrated Crescendo. So Archbrave Dragon going to be discarded to set up for some graveyard plays. Monster Reborn not going to find its mark. I think he will be able to use Archbrave Dragon though to summon the Felgrand, so maybe it's not over. He is going to Felgrand the Borosword. Oh right, it got called by the grave. Rip. He can't use the effect. That was unfortunate. Yeah, he's able to attack him. I was thinking that he would be able to use the Felgrand to banish the Borosword Dragon, but no, because he has called by the grave, he's not able to activate the effect, or we'll say that he can activate the effect, but the effect is negated. Then he uses Monster Reborn for his own Stardust. I wonder, I guess using Monster Reborn in his opponent's Felgrand would have been troll because it wouldn't have been able to activate the effect, although it would have been a little bit of a bigger beater, so maybe it would have been worth. I think he should have summoned an Orcus monster because he has the Crescendo, although honestly it didn't matter. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed that short duel, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. Alright, and as promised, this is what the Felgrand deck looks like on paper. Surprisingly, there's even less monsters in here than I thought. I thought there was going to be like 9 monsters because I thought there was 3 copies of each of these dragon guys, but no, actually there's just 7 monsters. The Archbrave can set up the Felgrand, which summons it from the graveyard, and yeah, the real theme of this deck is just summon Felgrand as many times as possible from your graveyard and then use its banish effect. Also, if Felgrand does run over a monster by battle, you can special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard, so that's just another way that the Felgrand Dragon can produce like more advantage. I don't know, as much as I love Pot of Extravagance, you guys know it's like one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if it actually works in this deck because look at all the draw power he already has. Like, he has the Demise, he has the Into the Void. Like, these conflict with Extravagance, so I don't know if I would actually want to run that. Same thing with Upstart and Card Destruction. I feel like there's too many conflictions to effectively run Extravagance. Even though he's only running 2 copies, I just feel like I wouldn't honestly mess around with it. Even if he has to discard, by the way, the high level monsters with the Pot of Desires, or excuse me, not Pot of Desires, with the Card of Demise, it's perfectly fine. Obviously, he has 9 Monster Reborn or Call to Haunted type cards and Monster Reborn. I actually think the card he was probably looking for, a card that would probably work better in this deck, maybe just get rid of the Into the Voids in general. I don't even like this card. Same thing with like Pot of Extravagance. Maybe add not Call to Haunted, maybe add Called by the Grave in here. Imagine if you would have had that in the duel, man. Called by the Grave would have been so clutch against the Stardust Assault mode, but I think it's just really good in general for stopping Ash Blossom on this, or this, or this, or this, or this. Like, he has a lot of cards that can be wrecked by Ash Blossom. Also, the Field Spell, and you know, Ghost Ogre kind of wrecks it as well. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. It's very interesting. I've never seen someone put so much effort into reviving Felgrand over and over again.